Depending on the curriculum and whatever the teachers are doing, I think that the parents should have a say in what the kids are learning, but I don't think they should have 100% say.
According to Johns Hopkins University, around 8% of kids in the Cowboy State are homeschooled, and now they won't have their curriculum checked by their local board of trustees, thanks to Governor Gordon, who recently signed the Homeschool Freedom Act into law.
Wow, well then it's like, what's the point of homeschooling, right? If I have to go to public school and I have a curriculum, then homeschool should fall into that same thing.
Wyomingites administering a homeschool program were originally required to submit their curriculum to their local board of trustees to ensure the program complied with Wyoming's education standards. But now that the Homeschool Freedom Act has been signed into law, guardians must simply ensure the program aligns with Wyoming's education standards. We first chatted with local car salesman Julian, who tells us he's very much in favor of homeschooling, but fears a lack of regulation could lead to borderline Orwellian practices.
There should be some type of structure, I think, because then you could just teach your kid that 2 + 2 = 5.
We also spoke with a local who wishes to remain anonymous. She tells us she was a teacher for several decades and mentions that while the bill does require curriculums comply with Wyoming's education standards, she questions how that could be verified if no one is looking over the curriculum to begin with.
I think it is sloppy because there's no record of what the children have been taught and whether or not they're going to meet any of the standards.
We ran into another educator who wishes to remain anonymous.
A lot of times kids will do a homeschool program and then they end up back in the school district. And if there's not any accountability for that piece, 6 months in, a year in, parents get kind of tired of that and have their kids come back to school. And kids can be significantly behind if they haven't been using any kind of a curriculum. So that's concerning. I've also wondered about the money. They're going to be paid $7,000.
This anonymous educator is referencing House Bill 199, or the Steamboat Legacy Scholarship Act, formerly known as the Wyoming Freedom Scholarship Act. The bill made it past both the House and the Senate and is currently awaiting further legislative decision. If the bill is signed into law, Wyoming parents who pull their kids out of public school and instead enroll them in a private or homeschool program will receive $7,000 per child. The bill was recently amended to make it so only families with a household income equal to or less than 250% of the federal poverty level are eligible for the program.
That pulls money out of public schools. And again, what happens if they decide in 4 months or 6 months that kids are going to go back to school? Does the state get that money back, and does it go to public schools?
The Homeschool Freedom Act goes into effect July 1st, 2025. Julia Conti, your Wyoming Link, Casper.